Apocalypse on the march. What are they planning for late 2022 and 2023? The conspiracy of Satanists has a long history, and now it is close to completion. Its main goal is to destroy most of humanity, and turn the rest into slavery forever and ever. What are the next events on the agenda? While the announcement of the death of Queen Elizabeth II at the age of 96 was orchestrated by the numbers and scheduled for September 8, 2022, there were many interesting events and trends that have taken place in recent weeks to tell us that something is happening. That something big is going to happen this fall. In late August, Pope Francis ordered all Vatican businesses to transfer all funds and assets to the Vatican Bank by September 30th. Is the Great Reset approaching? This is very strange, since we know that those who rule us at the top of the pyramid are apparently playing the Book of Revelation. The Catholic Church, the Vatican and their Jesuit order are the masters of the game. In the apocalypse, when the Antichrist returns to rule for 42 months, he demands a one-world government and a ruler like him. A one-world currency system, in which you cannot buy, sell, or exchange without a sign on your hand or on your forehead. Was Queen Elizabeth's death a distraction? Or the beginning of the world dictatorship? Also note that her death and the coronation of King Charles III means that most British coins and banknotes will be replaced. This includes all 33 Commonwealth countries, which have the faces of British monarchs printed on their currency. A perfect time to get rid of most of the money and switch to a digital currency of the global world. We have already seen that the substitution of cash accelerated with the pandemic, where cash would be the carrier of germs and diseases. Also, on September 30th, the Bank of England will withdraw all £20 and £50 notes from legal tender. This is as more and more banks withdraw their money services and offer only digital banking. At the beginning of September, we received the news that the German army would be patrolling the streets from October 1st. What they are telling us is to give a hand to the prosecuting authorities. But for what exactly? What do they know that we don't? And it will be so serious that even soldiers on the street will need to patrol. It also coincides with the return of the mask obligation only for unvaccinated people. Do celebrities know something is going to happen and cancel their tours? In the summer months, most of the major bands and artists, including comedy acts, night entertainment, etc., have canceled their tours for September and October. All you need to do is do an internet search for concert tour canceled. You will be shocked, as most are canceled for the next few months. This brings memories of the 1,300 CEOs who left their positions just before the pandemic. 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, plague, war, famine, death, have already been launched and are operating with might and main on the planet. The plague has been going on for 2.5 years now and is again being pumped with all its might. To organize hunger and chaos, wars and riots are arranged everywhere. Riots break out in Lebanese Beirut when the local Armenian population tries to break through the Azerbaijani embassy. Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan accused each other of violating previously reached ceasefire agreements. By 2027, the Chinese army should establish control over Taiwan. Xi Jinping allegedly instructed to prepare for such a scenario. It is reported by CNN with reference to the deputy head of the CIA. Russia's war on Ukraine. Hunger on the planet is simply a necessity combined with cold. You can't help but say that. Firstly, to destroy the extra people, and secondly, to enslave the rest. Hunger and cold are the most important tools. The bodies of dead cows cover India like carpets of insects. Insects are already on the menu in Australia. Snacks that include cockroaches are on the menu in 1,000 school canteens across Australia by a Western Sydney company. The UN Secretary-General warned of threat of food shortages in 2023. Germany's opposition leader has warned of blackouts in the country this winter. Italy has enough gas for 45 days of winter. Gas reserves in Italy are not enough to provide heat to all residents, said Asutenti, the National Association of Users of Public Utilities. Half the world is on fire. Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, and the USA, to name a few. Floods are also everywhere. Nature Geoscience has published a study that predicts the collapse of the Thwaites Glacier or Doomsday Glacier in the near future, which could significantly raise the level of world water. Italy is in a fever. Catastrophic floods have claimed the lives of 7 people in the Marche region of Italy. And so on. The count of floods, fires, and earthquakes is endless. Natural disasters are an ideal reason for the introduction of a state of emergency, military conflicts, or the introduction of martial law. And these are ideal conditions for depriving citizens of their rights and freedoms, as well as property following the results of the evacuation. This is just a tiny squeeze of the materials from just a few days of September 2022. The media either do not publish all this information at all, or they chatter with a bunch of other messages that essentially contain nothing. Why is this being done? Because all the media on the planet belong to the 6 largest corporations,